Hello, my friends. Welcome to February Celebrate Friends. This is your happy Stanford lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. This is the first week of February already, so we are simply fantastic today, and I'm super excited to show you the cards. So let's go to my Facebook page real quick. On here, I always post my pictures, and we play games at different times, and just different fun things that we can do. Thank you for those who subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to shoot on over here to Facebook, that would be great. And vice versa. If you're on Facebook and you want to shoot over to YouTube, that would be great as well. This is my demonstrator page, and you can order at any time. Always, always. And of course, I am your happy Stanford lady, and I will help you order as well. So we are in still celebration time. And so that's a little play on words, but I do think it's a great time to celebrate friendship all the time. And so celebration is going on, and we're actually going to look at a couple new sets that we've not looked at before. Now, if you have caught any of my videos from last month, I highlighted other celebration sets, so you want to go back and check those out. The celebration catalog is full of great, great things. So a quick reminder, you spend $50, you can get free paper, these free donkey sets, super cute, more free paper, a free birthday set, gorgeous free paper. We will be using this paper here. We have not highlighted that yet. And today we're going to be looking at a little bit of the touch of ink. We'll be using it more as the month goes on. And we also, this month, will be highlighting this cute little berry blessing set and the berry paper that matches. So this is $100, you get it free. And the touch of ink is $100, you get it free. Just a quick reminder, super, super fun with celebration. And of course, you get more free. If you host a party, you get free stuff. So always, always great things to do. The mini catalog is live. We have gone over that before, but I want to just say there are so many cute things, you guys. You do not want to miss out. And this Hey Girlfriend is going to be part of February the whole time. Celebrating our friendships. I always think it's a great idea, and I hope you're going to love them. Oh, and I wanted to highlight, because today we are using these little Valentines, but we're using the last of the last, my friends. And so they're already like all cut up. So if you caught, Simply Fantastic in January, the Snail Junction is where we introduced the sweet little Valentine's set. $10 gets you 10 cards, 10 envelopes, 10 card friends. I used it in Simply Fantastic in January. I used it in Add a Dash of Glitter in January, and now I'm using it again. Same kit. Okay, so that has really, 10 cards. I bet I've at least gotten 30 cards out of it. What? I love to make things stretch. Okay, Magic Box. Super excited. So the idea of the Magic Box is that I do this every month. I have a theme that I come up with. And then I put everything in the box and I create from the box. Now, what is the advantage of that? Well, there's several advantages in my mind. One of the big advantages is that you don't have 50,000 things on your table and you kind of get lost in what you're creating. It helps you to maybe visualize, pare down, and the box travels with you. So if you wanted to stamp at home or if you wanted to take it somewhere, you're not taking bags and bags. You kind of get it all in the box. That's the Magic Box idea. Magic Box empty. Okay, so new stamps. Super excited. Hey Girlfriend is going to be the main stamp that we use, and then we're going to be adding things on to her. Now, in January and February, I'm using more stamps or more extras than I normally would do, but I want to highlight all the celebration sets, okay? So Hey Girlfriend is our main. And we're going to talk about this touch of ink today. Now, I am actually only going to use a few words and this little flower, believe it or not, stanza, but we will come back and visit that through the whole month then. My colors currently are Bermuda Bay, Rich Raspberry, and Blushing Bride. Gorgeous combo. I love the combo, and I always have glue. I use glue. We have lots of other things that you could use, so you don't have to use glue. That's my favorite. I always have my snips with me. I have my D&B block, but this time I needed a longer block for my gal, and so this is the I block. You can use your Stamparatus, which I'm going to pull out, so I always have my Stamparatus. But sometimes blocks, when I'm doing random stamping, I want blocks. I always have my chamois to clean all my stamps. And then I'm going to move this just slightly here. I have my Stamparatus, and I am going to change out my paper. My paper was looking a little old from all my stamping. Okay, so the paper doesn't come with it, but if you have a question about the Stamparatus, I have So Now What videos that talk about the Stamparatus. I have So Now What videos that talk about stamps. So Now What to talk about Love It, Chop It, how to chop your paper. So if you're ever interested in like, what are some of the things you're talking about, or how do I maybe get started, I have some So Now What videos that I highly recommend and I think would be helpful for you. So we're just going to do one card cut today, but it's going to look very different depending on the colors that we use. And I am finishing up the Sweet Little Valentine set, but it is literally cut up, so I will show it to you as we go along, but it is so cut up. I'm just using like the remainder, but I like to do that. I like to use every last bit of the things that I have. So you will see here all of the strips. They are now cut into strips. So that's the thing I like to show you too. You know, that kit comes as a kit with cards, and then I have cut it up and I made it look very, very different in how it normally looked and really stretch it out. So I love that about it. So these are the fronts that I was talking about. And so you actually get two sides that you can choose from on there. So those we are going to keep as fronts, but these were actually the cards themselves, and I have cut them up into strips to use. So our main color is our Rich Raspberry. So I do have some paper. So when I say DSP, the 4 1/4 by 2 1/2 and the 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 is actually Rich Raspberry cardstock. But since it's decorative, I'm calling that our DSP, if that helps to help you make sense of that. And then I'm going to go over the card front, the cut itself that we're going to do, which is very simple but super fun because we're using all of it as well. So you start out with 11 inches. So let's pretend that's not cut. Let's pretend that's not cut. That's 11 inches, 4 1/4 this way, and it is scored at 5 1/2. But then on the front, you're going to cut off at 2 3/4, but we're using this piece inside our card, so nothing goes to waste. So that's super fun as well, something to know. And then your I have one piece of the Rich Raspberry, I'm calling it DSP, 4 1/4 by 2 1/2, and I have a piece at 4 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay, and then I have various strips over here. I said 4 1/4 by 1/2. You could do 3/4, and then depending on what you wanted to do with your leftover strips, that's just up to you. Kind of decorative. They're just there to decorate for you. So when we're going to get started, we'll start with one of our cards, and I'll move the rest over here for now. The first thing I'm starting with is that gorgeous flower from the Touch of Ink. Okay, so it's this little flower here. Now the nice thing about this is two-step stamping, so all of these little like shadows that you see, they fill in color on all of your pieces. Super, super cute, and we will go into that more on another video. Don't worry, we're going to use that beautiful hummingbird and that butterfly. This set is so beautiful to me, and I love it so much because it reminds me of my mama. My mom loved hummingbirds, that was her favorite, and I love butterflies, so I kind of feel like this is my mom and I set together. This is like a special, like, mwah, I love you, Mom, thinking of you, missing you. Okay, so I'm going to take that flower, and I am going to put that flower on the D block because I'm going to be stamping randomly everywhere. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on the rich raspberry with rich raspberry. Now, it doesn't show up super like super much. I'm going to move it a little bit, see if you can catch it in the camera. Let's see if I can catch. Oh, there you go. So you can see it. When you get the card, you can see it. It's just an added layer effect. You do not actually have to do anything on there. If your heart does not desire to do anything on there, totally fine. Now, I need to decide if this is going to go up and down, which this is because I want to do this love you. So on the up and down, I'm going to stick with the rich raspberry, and I'm going to come across a little bit on the top, and I'm going to do a few little random pieces on the bottom. I think that feels good. I'm not going to do anything on here because I'm going to cover that with the rich raspberry. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to go ahead and do the 4 1/4 by the 2 1/2 piece. And I'm going to lay that down. And I'm going to go ahead and lay down the other piece too, so that I see where I put the rest of my flower stamp. That kind of helps me. I like it here at the bottom, so that's why I did that a little higher. So just kind of peeking over. Going to go ahead and do that. And then before I do the rest of my flowers, we're going to go ahead and stamp one of our little gals on the white piece of paper from the front of your card. You don't cut that at all. It just stays. You cut it right off the front of the card, and then you're going to use it. So we're going to end up, all of these girls are going to get used, but we're going to go ahead and use this cute little girl. Look at her. So cute. Now, if you haven't seen my videos before, Simply Fantastic means stamps, ink, and paper. That's it. No coloring, no extras. So I want to show you how you can take something. Look at her. Is she not beautiful? I want to show you how you can take simple stamps, ink, and paper. We're not using anything but stamps, ink, and paper, and yet it can have such a wow factor. And that's why I am loading up white on white, which that may feel weird to you. You may feel like there's not a big difference, but the layering does something for the card. It gives it a little extra oomph. And so that's what we're going for, is our little layering effect. And on this one, I realized that I kind of covered, which is fine. So I haven't cleaned it yet, so I'm going to come back. I want a little bit of rich raspberry to show on there. Yep, I like that. So now I'm done with my rich raspberry. I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. And then I'm going to come in, and I'm actually going to lay a couple of my papers out. Just get that nice and clean. So let's see. I know I like... maybe I'll do a nice stripe up there. It helps me to lay my papers out and put the little strips on, because then I know where else I want to stamp my extra colors. So when I'm putting on my strip, all I'm actually looking at obviously is a straight, but I don't want it to cross over the score line. Don't want it to go across the score line. And on this, trying to decide if I like it up there or if I like it in the middle. I like it in the middle. So I'm just going to do a piece there. So the strips are random, as many or as little strips as you want. That's really kind of your own call of what you, how you like the look of it. And I'm going to go ahead. We know we're using this piece that's going to go on there, but I want to use... yeah, I think I'll use a blue piece. So now, while I still have it, I am actually going to add that flower. So I'm going to add it in the rich raspberry. And now let's do our Bermuda Bay. So let's add a Bermuda Bay on there. And then while we've got the Bermuda Bay, because we don't want to keep cleaning things off, I'll add a Bermuda Bay up there. That looks pretty. I'll add a Bermuda Bay down there. That looks nice. And I think I'll do a little Bermuda Bay inside there. That's looking really cute. Okay, so I'm going to clean that up, and then I'm going to come over to my Blushing Bride. Now, the nice thing with the Blushing Bride is that it is light enough that it kind of reaches over top of your flowers. So it went over well without crowding. Look how beautiful that comes across. Kind of lets you go and like kind of up over your flowers, which I love. So we want that. Now, I'm leaving room to write. So this is like my writing space. And then here's our beautiful little girl. Isn't that lovely? And all of a sudden, you have this incredible card and super simple. Now, I'm going to do that on the blue piece. Remember, this was all originally cards, card pieces from the Sweet Little Valentine. Excuse me. I just cut up my pieces into strips. So we've got a beautiful piece there. And then let's add another cute little stripe. This is all the cards, you guys. I love it. I love it when you can use your stuff in a different way. It makes me so, so happy. Okay, then we're going to take this front, and all that I'm doing, so I'm looking and I like it to lay here, and I'm looking and I like it to lay above here. I take my finger so I know where the glue goes on this side, okay, because it's going to be like a flap that hangs over, so we don't want it to go over. Excuse my head for a minute. I'm just going to look down and make sure I'm straight. Oh yeah, that's nice. Make sure I'm straight on there. It looks nice with a flower showing through. Super, super cute. Then you have this. Well, that wasn't my favorite for that to show through. So I took a piece of paper. I'm going to trim a little bit off of there. And I just kind of guessed. I want a little bit more off of there because I want that like ridgy to show across there. I think that looks really nice. So I'm gonna cut just a little bit. Got my little trimmer over here. I'm gonna trim a little bit off. Then I'm gonna come back with the flower because I want to finish that look, but look how cute that is. Look how cute that is in there. So I'm gonna come back. Now I already have, let's see, let's move that and we'll clean that up. We'll just do a small bit of the flower, and I want to do a word in there. I think doing a little thinking of you would be nice in there. So I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of a flower. Isn't this flower gorgeous from the Touch of Ink? And I think that's nice too. You get something and it shows you kind of the versatility where you don't have to use every piece of it, and you use a piece and you're like, wow, that's really beautiful piece. I think this flower is gorgeous. So I'm going to do another one here, and I'm going to do another one there. Okay, super, super cute with the flower. Then we've got a thinking of you. So we're going to use our Stamparatus as the beauty of our words. If you've seen me use the Stamparatus at all, you know that I love using it for the words because it's never going to fail you. You're going to be able to do your words, and they're going to be spot on, and they're always going to look so nice, and you don't have to worry about smudging or, ooh, I didn't get that quite on there just right. Okay, I'm going to do it in the rich raspberry. I like that color, like as a main accent color. Going to do that. thinking of you. And then we're actually going to take our glue and we're going to glue that in. And it looks like it's part of the card, which I adore, right? Got a cute thinking of you in there. And look, it looks like it's part of the card. Do you love that? I think that turned out so good. I actually really adore these cards. They turned out really, really good. Okay, let's do one more because I want to show you a sideways card. So same card stock, same DSP, same little white front. So we're going to do the same thing. Start out with that flower. And we're going to go all over that rich raspberry. And like I said, I know you can't see it super well when you're looking at it through the video, but it does just give depth. And that's kind of what you're going for when you're doing just stamps, ink, and paper. You want something to have a little more depth. You want to feel like, oh, okay, that's got a little bit more movement. So that's the joy of that. So I'd like to check in and see how everybody's doing. Today, my daughter turned 21. 21. Woo! She's my youngest. So now I have a 21-year-old and a 23-year-old. So I was jokingly, I said something to my dad and my sister today. I'm like, how in the world do I have a 21-year-old? What is happening? And my dad wrote back, this is hilarious, you guys. My dad was like, yeah, well, how do I have a 50-year-old, which is me, and my sister's younger. So then my sister writes back, big goober. She's like, yeah, you old people. She got us good. She got us good. Us oldies. So, oh, and I said, yeah, thanks for reminding me that I'm old, Dad. Thanks for reminding me that I'm old. And he said, well, at least you have hair. I love my dad and my sister. So funny. So we took Miss Naomi, we took her out to Anna's Greek restaurant. I don't know if you guys, we're Ohio people. So it's in Dublin, Ohio. And it is so good. So, so good. And she loved it, and it's one of her favorites. It's an adorable little restaurant over on Sawmill Road. So if you ever want to try Greek, I certainly recommend Anna's. So, so good. Very sweet they were. Now see, when I put her in there, I kind of cover, so I left that so it can come back. It's no big deal. It's really no big deal that I did that, because you can come back and look. She's beautiful. It all works itself out. It works itself out. Aren't these little girls the cutest? I don't know. They make me so happy. Naomi really likes them too. She's like, Mom, I love the colors. I love everything about what you created today, which that's nice. That's nice to hear, isn't it? Oh, you know what? While I have it out, because I did that the last time, cleaned and then went back, I'm going to get a strip so I can do this. So yeah, so big celebration for her today. Which was nice. It's been hard. You can't, there's not so many things to do. We talked about like Newport Aquarium. She's a huge fish sea person. We thought that would be super fun to do the Newport Aquarium, but you have to make reservations, which I totally honor. I'm not saying oh poo poo, but you have to make reservations. So that's not something that you can just like pick up and decide that you're going to do last minute. So yeah, so we were just trying to figure out what to do today. So we did that, and then there's a bubble tea place. I don't like bubble tea, but they have all kinds of yummy tea called Kung Fu Tea. Right there beside Anna's, and so that was also on the list today. So we were like, what do you want to do, Naomi? And so those were her favorites on the list today. Was all of that. So that was super, super fun. Look how lovely she is looking. Isn't that so, so great? All right, let's put this piece on, and then we can do our friends, and we're almost done. These are super quick cards, but I really think, well, you guys know me. I think people should be celebrated all the time. I'm pretty sure there's a reason to send a card all the time. But I just think it brings a lot of joy to people. And I think, especially in the time that we're in, we just need that, right? Need that extra little dose of joy, don't we? Okay, so now we're going to go back to that blushing bride. I just want to show you sideways, up and down and sideways. Super fun, but they do a little bit of a different look to them when you do them the two different ways. So definitely wanted to kind of show that off. Look how beautiful, you guys. Look how beautiful she is surrounded by those flowers. It's just so whimsical. Okay, and we're going to finish that piece off like that. Let's go ahead and attach that piece. And then let's see what we want to do for like our stripes and our little extras that we want to add on. Okay, I love that. Isn't that so, so pretty? I love all that little extra. So we know that we're using this piece. So it's trying to decide. Let's see what I got over here. I got, sorry, I got a bunch of little extra-y pieces. Kind of like the stripe on there. I do like the stripe on there. So we'll do the stripe, and then see what else we want to do. So pretty, so pretty. I hope you guys love these. Hope you love the like added ideas. I love coming up with fun ideas. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. I guess I don't have to do any, do I? Nope, I don't have to do another extra. I like that. Okay, so we're going to do that together. So then I'm simply going to do the same thing, only sideways. So I'm going to look at that to see where my glue should go so that I can lay it back down. Excuse my head, just want to make sure I get it straight. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You know what I did do? I do remember doing this. I went back over. Wow, wow, that was there. And I gave a little flower on there. I love it, you guys. So, so pretty. Need to be a little straighter. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. I've got a little piece over here. Got to trim it a little bit. And we will add a few little flowers and are thinking of you because I think that looks nice. Let's see if that's the right size. Perfect. No, a little bit more. A little bit more. So yeah, I can't believe we're in February already. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about you know, Valentine's Day. I know some people either love it or hate it, it would seem. I have fun with it. We're actually gonna have a little Valentine's gathering with just a few of my friends. Just to get together and fellowship, spend a little time together. We'll do a baked potato bar. Oh, do you guys love potatoes? I could like I could eat potatoes seriously all the time. I was like, yep, I'll have potatoes. Or I find my family laughs because I could eat eggs all the time too, like fried eggs, scrambled eggs. A good eggs Benedict. Haven't had that in a long, long time. I used to call my mama. I need to get the recipe. I know it's not even hard, and I'm sure nowadays people are like, oh my gosh, you can look it up online, but there was something very, very special when I could call my mom and hear her voice. And so I would always call my mom and ask for her famous hollandaise sauce for eggs Benedict. It was my favorite, and you know what, I probably haven't had it since my mom passed away because I used to love to call my mom and say, hey mom, how do I make your eggs Benedict? It was like a favorite, and I'm sure she has a book with access to, you know, her recipes. But you know how that goes. It's just one of those places where I went differently on that. I apologize. I was going like this and then realizing I'm not going up and down. But you know what? That'll look super cute like that across there. So yeah, I have not had a good Eggs Benedict since my mama passed away, which I love it. And I need to go find her recipe, which I'm sure is there because she used to do, I would hear her pull out her box. She had this green metal box that had her recipes in it. There you go, you guys. You are loved. Is that not gorgeous? Okay, I'm going to put this to the side because I want to show you. I already made a couple up for you, and I want to review some of the fun things we used today on this super fun easy card. Okay, so I want to remind you where you can find them. Page 16 of the mini catalog has these sweet little Valentines. And I want you to go back and check out my Simply Fantastic in January. I introduced the sweet little Valentines and kind of show you how they come with the envelopes. And then you can see how I've stretched them out. So also in the mini catalog is the Hey Girlfriend. And this is going to be our theme for the entire month. So you'll get used to seeing these cutie girls. And then we're going to concentrate on 2 celebration sets. We're going to do the Touch of Ink, okay? And I will show you, we are going to be bringing out these pieces too. We're going to concentrate a little bit on this paper called Flower and Field. And we're going to have a really fun look at this Berry Blessing stamp set and paper. We've got a lot of fun things coming up this month. I'm super excited to share with you. So let's take a look at what we created with these sweet little Valentines and all of those stamps. So you have 2 different ways that they can go. If you are loved, they go sideways. She goes up and down. Is she not adorable? Or, so that's landscape they call it, and then portrait side. I love her. Look how cute she is. Okay, here's another one that's going landscape, and that's our 3rd girl. Okay, so you could do it, cut it that way, go that way with the thinking of you. Now, this is the other side of one of those. So I stamped a flower, so totally different. That says, hello, friend. And you still got one of your cute little gals in there. And then on this one, I did Hello Friend on the Love You, which I do like. So I may go back and put that on there. And you've got another little gal. Do you love these? So simple. So simple, you guys. That sweet little Valentine set in white cardstock. It's going to take you places. It's going to take you places. And I have lots of fun card folds. So if you're interested in card folds, you can always go back and look at that too. You can go back and be like, oh, I want to learn this fold. I've got all kinds of fun things that you guys can do on that. Super fun. Okay, let's go to the front. Oh, my friends, I'm so glad you joined me. I can't believe we're in February already, and I hope you find great ways to celebrate your friendships this month. Always, we need to celebrate one another and tell each other, make sure we tell each other what we care and appreciate about each other. I think that's super important. And what am I going to tell you to do? Go and make the world a better place with your voice, your gifts, your talents. Go and make the world a better place. And until I see you next week in Add a Dash of Glitter, which you know is my favorite, I bid you adieu.